Hey everyone, it's Jason. I've been trying to systemize how I analyze my short-term rental properties because I'm going to be launching a program to analyze a lot more properties in a smaller amount of time. So I want a system in place so I can do it and I can teach people to do it, and I can have people on my team also do it instead of me doing all the analysis. So I'm going to make a video series that goes over some of the systems I use, some of the other systems that are out there, and how I do it. But this video here is all about high level how to analyze a property. Let's check it out. So the first thing you gotta do is know, can I even do a short-term rental property in that area? Will the regulations allow me to do that? There are all kinds of areas and different regulations. I was listening to a podcast today. Denver, you actually have to live in the house you're Airbnb in. There's another place where you have to own the house and live in it for a certain amount of time before you can move on Airbnb it. Bar Harbor, Maine, only 9% of the total houses in Bar Harbor can be short-term rentals. So these are things you really gotta know, because you might buy a house and be like, oh man, I'm gonna make great money off the short-term rental, but then you realize, well, I guess I can't rent out short-term rentals. What am I gonna do now? Maybe long-term rental, sell it, who knows? But either way, you're not doing a short-term rental with it if it's not allowed. The second thing I do is I pull up the site called AirDNA. Now, AirDNA is a fairly expensive paid site, but they do have a free option for it that gives you some data, such as the area's actual average nightly rate, the area's occupancy rate, the amount of bedrooms that is comparable and best in that area, and a few other data points. I take a look at these data points to kind of see what this area looks like and what the bedroom count is. We'll go deeper into AirDNA in another video because it does have a lot to it, but this is what you kind of use as my gut feel. How does this area look and how do you think that it's going to look for this short-term rental? So once I figure out, yeah, I can do a short-term rental in the area, I looked at AirDNA to kind of get gut feel. I pull up my spreadsheet. Now my spreadsheet is from the Real Estate Robinsons, and I also use one from Robuilt. They're both free. You can find them on their channels. I suggest go download those instead of trying to create an all new one, because yeah, it's fun to create spreadsheets if you're a dork like me, but why waste the time when you could be actually analyzing properties instead of making the spreadsheet? So on the spreadsheet, you want to plug in the expenses, because you were able to find property taxes on Zillow, average insurance, you should be able to figure out fairly easily. We can talk about that on a later video. And then you just plug in what you saw on AirDNA to start with. This is just a start in the asking price of the house you're looking for. Now we can see kind of where we're at. Then we gotta dig in a little more. So there's many different places and many different ways to dig in more. There's Ravu, there's Mashvisor. I like PriceLabs because, again, Excel dork. PriceLabs is nice because I can put in the address I'm looking for, a radius around it, and the bedroom count. And then I can export everything there. And then what I do from there is you actually go through each one of those and try to figure out what one's like yours. And the ones that are most like yours, or comps, you take that and then you take a look at it and put that in your spreadsheet and say, okay, the one most like me is typically making $325 a night at a 75% occupancy. Take that, plug it in your spreadsheet, and now you can actually see about what you're gonna make if your expenses are right. Don't worry, I'm gonna go deep into the spreadsheet in another video, not this one. So I hope that helped at a very high level video. I didn't want to make an hour-long video of how to do a full analysis in depth, but just remember, you got to know the regulations. Take a look at the area to make sure it actually is a good short-term rental area. See what the house is going to cost in that area and the house you're looking at cost to make sure you're actually paying the right amount for that house. Plug it into your spreadsheet to kind of get a gut feeling. Go to PriceLabs and find out what the actuals are going to be. Plug that in, and then you kind of see what you're going to make as an established short-term rental. Keep a lookout. The next couple weeks I'm going to dig into all these steps. Hope this helped you out. See you all later.